Today on Rock the Park, we're taking a voyage through the islands of the national parks.
I'm in awe. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life.
We're reliving the most spectacular,
Wow.
That is insane.
most challenging,
Oh, man!
Whoa! Whoa!
and most thrilling of our island adventures.
We saw a shark!
We saw a shark.
And it all starts right now.
Wow, man.
I'm Jack Stewart.
And I'm Colton Smith. We've been buddies for years, and we love exploring the national parks.
It's all about packing up a car and just doing it, just hitting the road.
Our goal is to visit every national park in this country.
And when you go off the beaten path like we do,
There's no telling what will happen next.
get set to rock the park. Islands are the star attraction for at least a dozen national parks. Visiting those parks has given us a chance to get a bird's eye view
You're so high up that we're actually above the clouds.
and check out the picture-perfect waters around them.
A lot of our adventures have started as a day on the beach. Because of their isolation, islands contain rare species and biodiversity. And if you keep your eyes peeled, you'll see animals in varieties and numbers you won't see anyplace else.
Like the time we spotted the lesser Antillean iguana on the island of St. John in the US Virgin Islands. That guy was awesome. You always think of iguanas being this perfect green, but he's got this red mixed into his head and down the back of the spines on his tail.
Iguanas will shed their tails to escape predators, and in most cases, it'll grow back.
You can definitely see he's lost his tail because it just cuts off right there.
Yeah.
Our national parks protect endangered species like this iguana and many other marine animals, including sea turtles. Padre Island off the coast of Texas is a safe haven for sea turtles in the Gulf of Mexico, especially the Kemp's Ridley. Like all sea turtles, these guys travel thousands of miles to return to the same beach where they were hatched to lay their own eggs.
Kemp's Ridleys are the smallest species of sea turtles in the world, and they're the most endangered.
They may be the smallest, but these guys still get to be over 100 pounds.
To ensure their survival, park rangers gather up the turtle eggs and incubate them until they hatch and can be released. And these releases always attract a crowd.
Okay, and they're actually letting a couple of these guys out. They're tiny little guys. I mean, they're like that big. Wow.
Big crowds and wildlife don't usually mix, but in this case, all the people and all the streamers and flags are protecting the baby turtles from natural predators, like the birds and crabs, giving them their best chance to make it into the Gulf.
I can imagine these guys have a pretty rough first journey. Not only do they have to cross the sand, but once they get in there, I'm sure they're just getting tossed and turned.
Exactly. So what happens is, once they get to the water, the waves will come in, they will go out, and it's really hard. You know, when they actually are about to hatch, there's a little bag of yolk, a little bit of extra yolk, to actually give them that extra energy to get through those waves.
Wow. Gotta be tough to be a sea turtle. Because of efforts to protect nests all over the world, populations of all sea turtle species are making a dramatic comeback.
We recently dropped in on some other awesome creatures that depend on an island for their survival. San Miguel is part of Channel Islands National Park off the coast of Southern California. An 8-mile hike over these windswept hills brought us to Point Bennett and one of the most amazing sights we've ever seen.
So these down here are sea lions?
Right, so these are mostly California sea lions, all the tan, kind of blondish animals.
These big silver ones, are those the
Those are
northern
elephants.
elephant
Those are
seals?
northern elephants,
Okay.
yeah. Further out, that little tight group that's really black, those are northern fur seals.
In all, 6 different species congregate here on San Miguel Island. At more than 150,000, this is one of the largest gatherings of wildlife in the world.
This is absolutely incredible.
There's never a time when this is empty. There's always animals here,
All year round?
all year round.
These animals come to Point Bennett because the ocean here is full of fish and there are no predators to threaten them on land.
I see that the water's definitely moving up. Can the pups handle being in the waves like that?
They can't swim yet, they're too young, but they can be in the surf. So the females will eventually, they will work it out. See, she's picking it up by its scuff,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
just like a dog does.
Just like right down here. Yeah, she's
And they'll
trying
try
to
to-
grab them around the neck and just
Yeah.
kind of say, come on, we got to get up. I'm in awe. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life.
Well, you won't see it
You
anywhere
can't.
else.
You can't see it anywhere else, but right here in one of our national parks. It's incredible.
Islands are a great place to spot wildlife, not only on land.
They're also the best for exploring underwater. This thing just goes and drops.
When you visit islands in the national parks, you can always count on lots of water, lots of wildlife.
Dolphins? Oh, yeah, see them?
Where?
Oh, yep, I see them.
there they are.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Beautiful.
And the very best way to explore it all is to take the plunge.
Scuba diving has opened up a whole new world for us. We've helped with research in a forest of Pacific Ocean kelp in the Channel Islands, explored a shipwreck off of one of the Apostle Islands in the frigid water of Lake Superior, and we've gotten up close with some amazing underwater creatures.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
So awesome! We saw a shark!
So short.
A nurse shark, to be exact. They're pretty much harmless to humans. This one looks like he's taking a nap, but some experts think they lie still on the seafloor, hoping to catch unsuspecting shellfish passing by. In the U.S. Virgin Islands, there are 5 national park units.
One of them on the island of St. Croix includes Salt River Bay with an undersea ravine that goes down 1,000 feet. As we get closer to getting in the water, I'm just thinking about everything. This is a daunting dive for me.
We're dealing with a 1,000-foot trench and sharks. And we're also gonna be going 80 feet down, which is deeper than we've ever dove before.
The walls of this gorge were formed thousands of years ago, creating a dramatic underwater landscape. All sorts of marine life hang out in the coral, looking for food and hiding from predators, like these wild-looking trumpetfish. They like to swim up and down vertically to blend in with the coral.
I look over and I spot a massive eel. It's just swimming along, and let me know it, I'm afraid of snakes. This guy's like the snake of the sea.
Green Moray eels average 6 feet long and 65 pounds. They open and close their mouths to take in water to breathe over their gills. These guys look menacing, but they're not a threat to humans unless they're provoked.
After getting our feet wet, so to speak, on the east side of the canyon, we headed over to the west side in what is called the Abyss.
For us, it's terrifying and exhilarating at the same time.
So we descend down to about 30 feet and we're swimming out on the coral. And then all of a sudden you see it just stop. And it turns to black. We are headed out over the wall into open water.
We're not talking some nice gradual slope. This thing just goes and drops. It's crazy.
It feels like we're in outer space. You're floating and you can't see the bottom. And we keep going down and down. Then I check my gauge and we are at 87 feet. That's 87 feet below the surface, hovering over a massive canyon.
It's not unusual for sea turtles to appear out of nowhere to munch on sea sponges. And sometimes you can see and hear dolphins swimming by.
And it's got all of these areas where you can swim through the coral, go down, check things out, go through little ravines. And right now, we're working our way along it.
As I look over, I see this giant school of these bright, blue, beautiful fish. One last thing to remind me how amazing this experience is. The island parks have given us our best opportunities to go deep.
But they've also allowed us to reach new heights.
Look at that, dude.
Wow.
That is insane.
When you see an island in the open ocean, it's usually the work of a volcano. And the Hawaiian Islands are a great example of this.
Thousands of years ago, earthquakes pushed up underwater mountains and volcanic eruptions created magma, which hardened and formed the Hawaiian Islands.
3 Hawaiian volcanoes are still active. 2 of them are in Hawaii Volcanoes National Park on the Big Island. The most active is Kilauea. It's been erupting non-stop since 1983, and at sundown, the summit puts on an amazing light show.
Look at that, dude.
Wow.
That is insane.
It's crazy to think that down there's a pool of lava that is over 2,000 degrees.
Churning lava. It's just glowing against that steam that's coming off of it. That's amazing.
The park's other active volcano, Mauna Loa, is the biggest volcano on Earth. It's 18,000 square miles of hardened lava, and just below its surface, there's still an ocean of lava. The summit of Mauna Loa is at nearly 13,700 feet. And of course, we decided to climb it.
It's such a tedious climb that even when you start at a base camp at 11,000 feet, it can still take 2 days to reach the crater. And it's cold.
Oh, wow. You can see the ocean.
Somewhere down there's warm beaches and palm trees. Not where we're going.
This is pretty awesome. Right away, we're already off trail, just hiking on lava flow.
Mauna Loa spits out more lava in a week than Kilauea does in an entire year, which is really crazy to think about. So when this guy erupts, he wants to put on a show. Mauna Loa has erupted 33 times since 1843 and as recently as 1984. Sharp lava rocks are just all over the place. You have to make sure that you're stepping in the right spot. Our goal today is to reach a cabin at 13,000 feet before nightfall. The park provides it as a shelter for backpackers because this ground is too hard to stake a tent. And at this altitude, there's a real risk of being caught in a snowstorm.
Oh, man, and look at that. You see all the snow against the mountain?
Oh, yeah. That is snow. And we're in Hawaii. Not what you think of. We've been hiking for a couple miles, and we're both starting to feel the effects of the altitude. It doesn't necessarily matter how good a shape you're in. If your lungs and your body's not used to being up so high, you're gonna struggle with it. This major landmark confirms we've hiked up past 13,000 feet. Oh, man. This is North Pit. It stands between us and our cabin. We have to make it to our cabin before the sun drops, before it gets really cold up here. This terrain, like to walk on, is just draining.
It's awful. At this point, what we're hiking through is like a minefield.
Ah, I see it.
What?
Yeah, I see our cabin. We're like dead on.
Mauna Loa cabin, elevation
13,250 feet.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to be here. The cabin guarantees us a good night's sleep. The next morning, it's still almost 5 miles to the summit.
Whoa, man.
Look at this.
This is crazy. Whoa.
Check this out. We are at one of those rifts that opened up and spewed lava out. It's just a big trench, and that lava was probably shooting 15 to 20 feet up into the air.
Whew. Right now, we think we can see the summit, and we got weather that's creeping up in back of us. Nevertheless, we're getting there.
We're so close. I want to say we're 200-300 yards away.
Almost there. Just got to keep pushing it. Final stretch, man.
This is it.
Oh, yeah!
Is this it?
Woo!
Yes!
Man, well done, dude. That wasn't easy.
What's amazing is we're standing at the top of an active volcano. At the bottom of this crater, below the surface, there's a huge lake of lava. And that's pretty cool.
Islands can be spectacular when seen from above or below.
But some of the most surprising things happen when you move across them. Just a heads up, though, it can be rough work.
I'm sorry to laugh at your pain, but that was hilarious.
Most islands start out as just a lump of volcanic rock or a pile of sand, but it's amazing how much beauty and diversity can grow from that.
And the best way to experience it is on foot. On the Hawaiian island of Maui, Haleakala National Park has forest trails that look like a fantasy theme park, leading through bamboo groves that bring you to one of Hawaii's most beautiful sights, Waimoku Falls.
Wow, man. Oh, you've got all this awesome moss and leaves hanging down this cliff, and then this cascading waterfall that's going 400 feet down.
It's just beautiful.
Really incredible.
When we hiked our way across Cumberland Island off the coast of Georgia, it was incredible to see what nature made from what started out as a pile of sand.
Like we're marching across the
Sahara.
Sahara, yeah.
It's pretty cool because you're allowed to come out here and explore the dunes, and on the other side is Lake Whitney, where we're gonna be looking for some alligators.
Lake Whitney is the biggest freshwater lake on any of Georgia's barrier islands. If you're lucky, you might see an otter or two along the shore feeding on fish. The lake is also home to a lot of snakes, including the venomous cottonmouth, otherwise known as a water moccasin, so you definitely do not want to take a dip here.
Straight out there.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Right out there, we've got a gator. His whole head is out of the water.
Look at his back now, look at his back, you see
Oh, that's incredible.
that? He's a decent-sized one, too.
Wow.
And he's looking right at us, it seems, yeah. He knows we're here.
There are also alligators on Padre Island on the Gulf Coast of Texas, but that's not what we were thinking about when we decided to hike across that island park.
At 70 miles long, Padre Island is the longest stretch of undeveloped barrier island in the world. Now, it's only 3 miles across, but that doesn't mean our trek was easy. We've got no trail, so we're gonna have to pick a waypoint to follow. What I'm thinking is, do you see those trees way back there?
Yeah.
I say we pick that really big one on the far right. We follow that.
I like it.
These grasslands are covered in salt-tolerant vegetation that forms a net over the sand dunes and locks them into place.
It's crazy. What happens with these dunes is they start off by the Gulf, but slowly over time, they're pushed this way and they turn into this.
Oh, hey, here you go. We have signs of life.
Those are deer.
Are they?
Yeah, that's definitely deer. Look at that.
There is one native creature we should definitely keep our eyes peeled for. There are 3 different species of rattlesnakes out here.
That's too many, if you ask me.
Rattlesnakes range in size from 1 to 8 feet in length. They're venomous, and although their bites are extremely painful, they're rarely fatal to humans, if you get the treatment quickly.
Oh, hold on. We got water.
Ooh.
This is an ephemeral marsh, which means it's temporary. It forms during the wet season from rainwater and strong tidal swells.
You ready to get wet? Don't really have another choice, do I? Oh, man.
That's up and over the old socks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
You see how the reeds are getting so big here? That to me is saying we're headed into some deeper water. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh. Man, it's just tangling up. Oh.
The toughest part about hiking in these reeds is that you can't see what's in front of you or what you're stepping on.
My goodness. Oh, this is scary.
Just as we're reaching higher and drier ground, I hear this.
What happened?
We've been talking about rattlesnakes the entire day. I'm assuming that he probably just got bit.
A big horsefly just bit me right on my knee.
Not the case at all.
I take a lot of pride in being able to mask the pain that I feel sometimes out here. And that was not a good example.
No, you hit that very well.
I'm sorry to laugh at your pain, but that was hilarious. Oh, there she is.
We wanted to explore Padre Island National Seashore from the Gulf to the bay and everything in between. I'm glad that in between gave us a little more than we expected.
The national parks always give us more than we expect. They have an incredible variety of life, all perfectly adapted to the rock, sand, or water.
and landscapes from mountains to the ocean floor, which offer so many fun and challenging ways to explore and experience them. And remember,
Hey, if we can do it, so can you.
so the next chance you get, go out and rock the park.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave any questions or comments that you have.
And please subscribe to the channel, there's a lot more to come.